Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here to do the November Trump report. So many people have been waiting for this reading and so am I, because I obviously don't know what's going to come out in the cards, but whatever comes out I will do my best to psychically interpret. Okay, so if you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell right now. I've been doing the Trump report for about 6 months, so you can go back and look at previous reports if you wish to. I've already done some other predictions around the election. Go back and check those if you wish to, but we'll see what comes up. I do anticipate it will be about the election, but let's just have a look and see what we get. So let's go to the board right now and see what the cards have to say. If you're new, I'll just briefly say how I'll do this. I like to have a little psychic vision before I turn every card over. There are 5 positions here on the board. So I go week by week with a few days at the end. Okay, so we're looking at early November. I must apologise because I'm a day or two late with this. I normally do this on the last day of November. In Australia, it's the 2nd of November today. So, sorry about the delay. Life happens. Okay, so that one just... Well, there you go, see? Wow, 3 cards have just come up. All right, it is the end. It doesn't... The death card does not normally mean a physical death. It can do. But normally it means the end of a situation. It's been a long, hard slog. This is the 10 of Wands. Trump could be feeling very tired at the moment. 10 of Wands, there's been a lot of action taken. There's been a hell of a lot of work. There's been some growth come out of that work. There's a big mountain at the back here, which is a challenge. Okay, because it's the 10, it's also the end of a cycle. And 1 and 0 is like in limbo, delay. It might be that, you know, election results are delayed. And we already know that in some states they have to count the postal votes. They don't start counting the postal votes until after the election or the day of the election. This one, the Ace of Wands, is a brand new start, challenges in the background, but Spirit is handing a baseball bat here, which means action. So Wands are very motivated, powerful, fiery energy to start something new, okay? A Crown of Thorns here can sometimes mean sacrifice. I mean, this is how I normally interpret this card. There's nothing off about the interpretation compared to my other interpretations on this card. Crown of Thorns is, you know, like a sacrifice, or takes time, it takes energy. This card came up today in pick a card. Something you got, you know, that you're going to start brand new. This Crown of Thorns, there's a lot of little buds. I get the feeling Trump already has a plan for starting something new. Okay, he already knows, so he's been planning his ascent into another area, perhaps. That's just me talking, but I'll close my eyes just on that point. There's a pathway here. Yes, there are mountains on either side. It's like a narrow gorge that I see. There's a pathway through to something new. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I suspect it's in the entertainment field, like TV or something like that, because that's been his history now for a long time. He's been associated with TV shows. Okay, so I think he's probably looking back in that area. Okay. But a brand new start, feeling motivated about that, but the end. Okay, so there's only 1 death card in here. It can't come up more than once. All right, same as every card. There's only 1 of a kind. All right, so let's have a look now at the 2nd week. There's a feeling of relief around that, I must say. It's been such a hard slog. He's like feeling relieved. Okay, second card. If you want to think of it by time, this would be the second week of the month leading to mid-month. Okay, going with that card there. Closing my eyes. What do I see for Donald Trump, second week of November 2020? A swinging back and forward. Okay, there's a baby, yeah, sort of like a toddler. Not a baby, a toddler. In the swinging back and forth. I feel like he's in two minds about something. He's got some decisions to make, but he's swinging on those decisions and he's not sure about what he's going to do. Okay, swinging. I can see around this child's swing. It's like a swing in the 50s. It's got. I can see it, but anyway, it's got four supports and the swing in the middle, and there's all these people standing around, sort of talking to this child. The child's not even paying attention. The child's just swinging back and forward, not even paying attention to what they're saying. Queen of Cups. Okay, in touch with his emotions, in touch with his subconscious. All of this water in the background. This is normally a very favourable card. Okay, being in touch with the divine feminine, intuition, psychic ability, a conch shell here, and the clamshell at the back. I want to say new start again, new start, but this card doesn't specifically mean new start. Looking at the bigger picture, there's a bigger picture at play here. Cups are all about the emotions, so feeling the emotions and running with them, speaking what's in his heart. Growth. Green is about growth, also money. Okay, looking at the third week of the month for Donald Trump in November. Third week of the month for Donald Trump. Wow, this card, you just saw it jump out. 10 of Pentacles has come out so many times, and Page of Swords. Okay, so some money to be made. I want to say real estate investments or real estate money. See, there's a big home in the background here. I feel like there's a lot of deals and things going on underneath that we don't know about, that are, overseas perhaps. And he's celebrating making money. There's here the gold colour that she's wearing, it's the solar plexus. So it's like self-confidence, self-esteem, and feeling like you did a good job. It's usually something that you've done yourself, like this doesn't indicate a lottery win, for example, but maybe you fixed up your home or done a real estate development, and you make money that way. Okay. Page of Swords, decisions to be made. Looking at the big picture. It's almost like the election. It's like it fades from view. It's part of the picture, but it's not the whole picture. There's a whole lot of other stuff here. And when looking at the big picture, I often think of Pages as bringing good news. He's actually happy, and he's making a decision about cutting things out of his life because it's interfering with his deals, his real estate deals or something like that. So money to be made, the mid-month. Okay, and decisions around making decisions. Yeah, decisions around making decisions. Okay, this is about abundance. It's just jumped out. All these cards are jumping out. This doesn't normally happen. Occasionally, yes, but not so many. Okay, he's happy about something. Again, the swinging, making decision, back and forth, back and forth. This is a real theme. I used to think before the election doesn't go his way, and then there's all these, litigation and court battles. I'm wondering if those court battles are actually going to go ahead, because there's bigger fish to fry. Yes, you can spend time trying to, if the election results don't go his way, he can spend time challenging them in court. And I used to think that. I'm not so sure looking at this reading, because decisions swinging back and forward all the time. He's very happy about something. Third week of November, something is going his way. And this is about abundance, something in the family, or a tree can even be yourself. Growth, opportunity, and I just feel like he loses the election, he knows, and he's just already moving on so quickly, which is astounding. You know, just to sort of drop something and to go on with his other business interests so quickly. Really is astounding, isn't it? Okay, last few days of the month. Just see what comes out. Show me the card, please. I like to close my eyes and see what I can see, but if they jump out, I'm going to go with that one. Okay, closing my eyes, I've got the ocean in front of me. Something about oil. There's oil in the water. I don't like this. Some pollution, some incident with oil in the water. What's that saying? Oil and water don't mix or something? It's always, you know, don't deal with people who are not of like mind. Oil and water. Ship. It's night time, it's dark, there's a ship out here that's lost fuel or lost oil or something in the water. The ship hasn't come in, it's not coming into dock. That is an old saying, my ship has come in, means that you got lucky. And your ship has come in means that you're moving out and going on to do what you want to do. But this ship is out there in a bay, or like it's off the coast, and the water is awful, and there's grey clouds in the sky, and it's very, very dark. Okay, so this ship is not coming in. It's making a mess. Okay, 8 of Wands. 8s can be about power and money in numerology. 8 of Wands is usually about creative thinking, and these thoughts dash across the landscape of your mind, or Trump's mind, very quickly. He could be having all sorts of brilliant, crazy ideas. And when I say crazy, I mean they're nonconformist, they're rebellious, they're unconventional, they're very Uranian type ideas. So he might come up at the end of the month, he might come up with some really astounding things that have never been tried or done before. But it's always a good thing when you have this energy to write everything down and think about it, not just to impulsively go off and do it, because some of these brooms here are not going to make their mark. They're like arrows, you know, that dart across your mind, but they're not going to hit the target. And so it's a good thing to write them down and think about them and be very judicious in your use of these ideas, because some of them are not practical. The moon is here, okay, so they're just like subconscious things being released. And then, you know, hopefully some of them can be made practical, but certainly not all of them. Okay, so this witch is riding her broomstick, as we all do, and just going with, I want to say craziness. I was trying to say go with the creativity, and it's coming out go with the craziness. So some crazy ideas. I might draw another card because we've got, you know, major here at the start, a major arcana. This is so important this month for Trump, but we don't finish on a major arcana, which makes me think that it would be a good idea to try and draw another card. Let's go with that one there. Closing my eyes now. What do I see for Donald Trump in the month of November 2020? Okay, I see Pinocchio, or it's actually a man, but he's got a really big nose, and it is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That is about lies and dishonesty. There's no other way to interpret that. The other thing I get is something about Jews in the Second World War. And you know, when they were in those concentration camps, they were like, their frames, their bodies were like skeletal because they had no food. I get the feeling there, but I don't know how to interpret that, what that could possibly mean. Jews that have, you know, starving to death. I don't Geez, I just don't know what that means. Never seen that before. Okay, the Hermit card. All right, so this is a major arcana. This does conclude the reading. Donald Trump on his own, isolated. Like normally, depending on the context, it always means alone. There's no getting around that. I feel like a lot of these Republicans have abandoned him, and the wolf is a teacher, and will teach him about himself. He's going to have some eye-opening moments. The good thing about this card is that you go off into a cave or you go off somewhere alone and go into your own inner cave and discover more about yourself. This whole thing, as stressful as it is for him, it's going to bring about a lot of self-discovery, okay? This is not the card to have. If you're the president or you're in public office, this is not the card to have because you have too many people around you. So after doing this reading and finishing with this card, I feel confident he will not win the election. And yes, there may be some swinging going back and forward and, you know, challenging things, litigation and all that, but that's not going to go too far. If there is litigation, it'll be solved within weeks. In December, I feel like it'll all be solved. Even by the end of November, Trump has gone off, and this might be to do with a reading I did some while ago, and it was called The Disappearing Trump, and about them going, and it was Melania as well. And she becomes a bit more like a recluse. She doesn't want all of this media attention, all of this public attention. That's not her normal standard thing, you know. Even though she was a model before, now she really wants to be, you know, living like a recluse or a hermit. But this is like, this is called the Hermit's card. And so I do feel that Donald Trump is going to disappear from the political scene. I feel like he'll come back. He's got a plan. He's got a plan. He's thinking about coming back. I think it's in the entertainment field, but we'll see. We'll wait and see. I don't say that, you know, with any degree of confidence that he's going into the entertainment field. I just wouldn't be surprised. So the Hermit, all about self-learning. That might be some of these brilliant ideas that are flashing into his mind. You know, it's all in darkness. So there's been a lot hidden from him that he didn't understand before, but there is a light there, so he comes to see the light. I did hear someone say that he'll be, you know, if he loses, he'll be coming back in 2024. That's a long time, you know, to sort of read 4 years down the track. It is possible. The way it is at the moment, I don't think it's likely that he would come back. And let's face it, both Biden and Trump are really too old. They both have, you know, problems discussing things, talking about things. Covfefe or Biden made one the other day, getting confused with Bush. They both do it. And so they're, in my mind, they're just too old. That's the bottom line. Surely you think in the whole of America, 330 million people, they could have come up with some, you know, the Democrats could have come up with a younger candidate. But I understand they're looking to Biden because of his experience in the past. Bernie Sanders, I'm afraid, even though I agree with some of his policies, when you start saying the word socialism in America, that's not the right word to say. Interestingly, in other Western countries, what he calls socialism, that's normal. You know, we have free healthcare. Most Western countries have programs for their citizens to help them, you know. So we're not a socialist country here. In Australia, we're a capitalist country, but it's modified, it's softened. It's not extreme capitalism. And so, you know, we're trying to, you know, our governments do generally try to look out for the Australian people. That's what you need, America. You need somebody looking out for the average person, not just the wealthy people there. There's nothing, you know, I don't have a problem with rich people. There's nothing wrong with being rich, but when when you're at that level of being really, really wealthy, there's things that you can do, to have some sort of social responsibility, and that's what's sadly lacking in the States. There's not enough social responsibility. Yes, you have some people who are donating, don't get me wrong, but I'm afraid the swamp has not been drained. The swamp has actually been made dirtier and dirtier. If before it was a swamp, now it's a friggin' ocean over there. Sorry for saying that, but that's just how it is. It's a polluted ocean of just death and chaos as far as I can see. There's no reason why COVID should have 100,000 new cases a day in the United States. That is appalling. Over 1,000 deaths a day. That is appalling. Sadly, this is the cost, I believe, for America, because the wrong person has been in charge. Okay, that's my personal opinion there, not psychically. I'm just making that known to you. I will always tell you when I have a personal opinion and, what I get psychically. Okay, so that's it. Please leave your likes and dislikes and comments. Thank you very much. I would really appreciate that. Look, I don't mind if you don't agree with me, that's fine. That's what democracy is all about, where, we can have differing opinions. But I will tell you one thing, and that is I genuinely care about the American people. And not just for, the Americans, but really for the whole world, okay? Because the whole world looks to America. And the other thing I've been getting the last few months, but I wasn't 100% sure, I was waiting till I got more and more, but here in my state, the leftist government, some Americans would call it leftists, so they're called Labor in Australia. They're sort of like the Democrats in some ways, has been returned to office over the weekend, as I predicted. And the bottom line was that our Premier cared enough to close our borders early, and our borders are still closed, and we don't have COVID cases here. I can go down the street. I don't have to worry about COVID. When COVID comes into Queensland, that's people coming to Queensland, they go into quarantine. That's how we catch them before they go out into the community. And so even though I didn't vote for this person because I vote independent, I'm glad that our borders are closed. And this is why Australia and New Zealand are doing relatively well compared to the rest of the world. There's a few countries, Australia, New Zealand, Taiwan, South Korea, we're doing well. Please look at how things operate here. American politicians, because, it's not perfect. Things go wrong, of course, but we don't have the deaths that you guys do. 900 deaths in Australia is a lot different to the 230,000 deaths in the US, even per capita. Even when you work it out per capita, ours is much, much lower, and New Zealand as well. Okay, have a very insightful month. It is a huge month for the whole world this month. Please take care of yourself. Please try to manage your stress, okay? Try to stay calm. Turn off your devices and go for a walk on the beach or in the forest, okay? Because you don't want to get overwhelmed with all of this stuff in the ether. There is so much. I'm seeing so many people at the moment that are really, really anxious, and it's all of this movement in spirit, all of this swirling energy. So please take care of yourselves this month. Okay, thanks again, and bye for now. Oh, and if you're new, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, bye. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.